Hello, everyone. This is Tracy from Listen Closely Spirit Readings, and welcome to Thursday. Like, what day is it? Welcome to Thursday, May 9th, and I'm doing a live today, so welcome. And let me turn this down. Just to let you know how it works is subscribers only at this point. You have to be a subscriber, and you can comment in the box, and I'm doing live spirit readings. I give what I get straight from spirit out to you, and that's it. It's just that simple. So in order to do that, I have to know who to do it. So you have to write something in the comment box. It doesn't really matter what it is. I just need to know that you're here, because there's going to be a lot of people that are just watching and aren't subscribers, and they're welcome to do that as well. But I like the more smaller, intimate gatherings. It makes it a little bit easier, and that's just the way I roll. So I am a spirit medium. I've been doing this for a very long time, for decades, and I am a spiritualist. I do practice the religion of spiritualism, and so I begin all of these. I normally do this on Facebook. I normally do the Facebook Lives, but I'm coming over to YouTube, giving it a try, and see how this goes. So I begin these live readings by reading the 9 principles of spiritualism. And you can find these on the national organization, nsac.org, if you're ever interested in that. Hello, Patricia. How are you? I tried to give you a reading last time. I didn't know if you were hearing me or not. I just kept seeing stars. So welcome aboard again, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what's going down today. So I'm going to read the Declaration of Principles. This is what we live by. This is what I live by. This is what spiritualists live by if you're practicing the religion. Number 1, we believe in infinite intelligence. We believe that the phenomena of nature, both physical and spiritual, are the expression of infinite intelligence. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that a correct understanding of such expression and living in accordance therewith constitute true religion. We affirm that the existence and personal identity continue after the change called death. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact, scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. We believe that the highest morality is contained in the golden rule: do unto others as you would have them do unto you. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals, and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. We affirm that the doorway to reformation is never closed against any soul, here or hereafter. We affirm the precepts of prophecy and healing are divine attributes proven through mediumship. Okay, so those are the 9 principles, and that's just a guideline. And always question. You always want to be questioning, make sure things, feel right to you. And so that is that. I will begin by reading the prayer for spiritual healing, and then we'll get into it. And it looks like, Patricia, it's going to be you for now. Okay. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body, and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God, whatever that means to you. Okay, I'm just reading it. So I'm going to give you, would you like a reading, Patricia? Let's start with you there since it's just you right now. I'm starting off small on YouTube, not have thousands of people coming on. So would you like a reading? I'm asking you. Okay, beautiful. Let's see what we have for Patricia. If it's just you, it might be a really short read, and not read the short session, right? Just you. You're special now. Okay, thank you. So, Patricia, there are some men with you. There's some men from your family with you. Definitely a grandfather. And if your father has passed, it would be him. It could be an uncle if it's not your father, but there's two gentlemen. So, and the reason I'm the younger one. There's one younger. So there's your grandfather, and then there's the younger one who's a little bit shorter, by the way. So this is how I'm seeing them right now. A little bit younger and a little bit shorter than his father, and then your grandfather. Hmm. You know, what's interesting about them is they're showing themselves. How should I say this? Like kind of hanging on a porch and just hanging with you and being with you. Because I'm seeing a porch, a front porch that's a house that walk up to the porch, and there's a bench up there, and they're hanging out with you. And it's actually really nice. Enjoying they're just enjoying the moment. It reminds me of one of those, like when you're in the country and it's just a warm, beautiful summer night, and people are very quiet and they're just kind of hanging and being and listening to the sounds of nature. So that's the kind of energy that they're bringing in. It's really calm energy. It's as if they like to just be in your energy. And I was just asking them just about you, like if you're going through things like that, and it's funny because they're like, oh, shush, 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 like that's not necessarily, um, like don't focus on that. Don't focus on that, like live in the moment. Don't focus on that right now. Um, I'm hearing like the younger one, if this is your dad, like there's other things to worry about. And he calls you pet name. I just feel like he says darling. I don't know if that's correct or not, but I do feel um, that the younger one is calling you darling. So whether you knew this man or not, just know that feels it feels special. This is it's like he's been with you. He's been with you since you were young, and you may not know it, or maybe he wasn't here, but he was with you as you were growing up in spirit. So he's like, he's been through all the shenanigans. That's what he's saying. I've been with her through all the shenanigans of your life. Maybe teenagers and 20. I mean, I don't know how old you are, but you just know that he's been a guiding force and they're with you. And he's also saying like a protector too. Maybe you, in the past, when you were younger, you've been in situations and he was there to help you. They just feel connected to me. It feels like, um, it feels father son like. And one reason I'm saying that is because their energy is so similar um, now. And that doesn't mean that the energy was similar when they were here on the earth plane, but the energy is very similar now since they've been in spirit. And um, your grandfather he keeps saying like all these, he has this way of speaking where he's wise. He has a lot of wisdom to share. And so when the younger one transitioned to spirit and your grandfather was there, he made it easy. He made it easy for the young one to understand about spirit and how to work with energy and where he was and where his place is now, now that he is in energy. And so he's, in a sense, he's kind of, your grandfather has given parts of himself energetically wise to this sun-like energy of his. So they're very in sync, I guess would be what I want to say. This wouldn't have been the case if the younger one had gone on to old age. I think that there would have been some like disconnect maybe because just of the way they were, but it's not that way anymore. And it wasn't meant to be, obviously, because they're both in spirit. And that's the way it's just was meant to be, is for them both to be over there. Patricia. What they're showing me, Patricia, they're showing you like maybe there's something going on with you. And it feels personal. It feels you're going through something, and it's personal, like you, and it's almost as if you might be creating an issue by your thoughts. Maybe you're going through something, and the way you're going through it, I feel there's a little bit of stress. So, because I'm seeing you, they're showing it walking, like you're walking on a path, and there seems to be a little bit of stress. That just there's gravel on the path, and it just seems to be a little bit of stress. And know that it's really how you see the situation and yourself. Meaning, if you're going through something and you're feeling a little bit of stress, that they want you to understand that a lot of this is how you're wired. And that's what he's saying, how you're wired. So it's really hard to unwire ourselves, right? Of how we project, how we take things in and then project things out. But you're hardwired a certain way to deal with something. It feels more like stress. I almost want to say flutter stress inside of you. Like you're keeping some kind of stress inside, and it's this like pulsating energy that's not kind of going away, and it's kind of causing anxiety, I guess would be a really good word for you. It's causing anxiety. So the way through that is to rethink. You need to kind of reassess your thoughts and really understand that um, you might be creating your own stress just by thinking a certain way. And what's coming across with your grandfather, with both of them, but your grandfather seems to be the strongest one in this situation, in this trio that I've seen happening between the two of them and you. This is where being still and being quiet and understanding um, just kind of your inner working and understanding that. And you get to that point by quieting yourself down, like them sitting out on the porch and bringing you out on the porch with them, just to enjoy the warm summer night. I'm hearing that you've been given a chance to be like kind of with yourself, and to this has actually been given to you where you are to be by yourself and to kind of reassess your thoughts and maybe know that you have know that you have you and you're good with you. And sometimes I'm hearing like we get in situations and we only have ourselves. We want others, but we have to be able to be comfortable and with ourselves and understand that really that's sometimes that's all we have is just ourselves, and it's okay to be by yourself. I mean, something that just keeps I keep hearing for you is like, "It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world." Whatever you have going on, whatever anxiety, you have something about, it's not the end of the world. Like, it's not it's something will right itself. So know that when something's gonna right itself. So if you're stressing over something, it's gonna be okay. Like, it's gonna clear out, it will work itself out, and it'll right itself. And to they really want you to really focus on you and kind of like work your lives, kind of work your life and understand that you have this journey and that you need to focus on you. I guess really what he's saying is you should be enough. That's what your grandfather's saying. Like, you should be enough. And, that is one of those things where sometimes it's easier said than done. And we have to be with people. I mean, we are a communal kind of species. But and that's okay. I don't feel like that's really the issue with you. I feel like there's just something minor. It's funny because they're showing me, those I don't know what they're called, but when they hook like sound up and you get the little sound, vibrations of what things sound like. They're showing me very small little like wavelengths. It's like little sound vibrations, just a little bit of stress like underneath, but you don't want that. They like you to kind of try and get away from that kind of anxiety, because even though it's not like a huge thing, um, the consistency, I'm seeing the consistency of the stress, and that can just wear on our bodies and wear on our minds, then wear on ourselves. So um, just be aware of that, just that it's an underlying, what do you call it? The undercurrent. There's an undercurrent with you of just that stress where you can get rid of it and it's just going to make you feel like a little bit lighter, a little bit better. I don't know why I hear this, but like she might eat better, something like that. And like I'm looking out my window, there's like the green trees. Eat some greens. Maybe the greens are needed for you to eat some greens too. Like pick from a garden if you have a garden, or just something unusual. They're switching over to food all of a sudden, but something unusual like, yeah, I mean, like I'm seeing dino kale and Swiss chard, things that you may not normally eat, or whatever the greens are. Like when you're walking down the aisle, just grab some varieties, because your body could use some different kind of enzymes, just to perk you up. Not that there's anything wrong, but we can always feel better than we do. We can feel much better than we do, and it'll just give you a little boost of energy to do that. Your grandmother just stepped in. This woman, this elderly woman, so she did live to old age. She's short. She's wearing a cotton dress. And then, of course, the aprons, which always, for me, just as a reader, signifies that it's a grandmother. It's just funny. She's like, she reminds me of, she kind of reminds me of the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. Like, she's just like, she's walking away from me in the kitchen, and she's like, okay, I'm going to go make her something. Like, she's showing me a frying pan, and she's pulling things together. And, on her counter, she has, I almost want to go back in time where they almost had like ice boxes. So I don't know where your family's from, but she's, anyways, whatever's on the counter, it definitely is abundance of good food. And so she's just working it. When I say working it, like, I don't know why I just said that. She's working it. But she's like doing the peas. People stood at the table, but she's standing at the counter and she's doing the peas. She's popping the peas out of the pods and putting them into a dish. So I don't know if you like fresh peas or not, but that's something that she's making for you, is those beautiful peas, and if not, just snap peas or any kind of peas. So something about peas might be really good. Something maybe you're lacking that peas have. I actually don't know a lot about peas, but I know about the plants, and they're really good for you. So that might be something for you. And also, I'm hearing it's in regards to the peas, because peas can be really sweet. But they also, I'm guessing, don't raise blood sugar levels, so your insulin levels. So maybe just kind of watch your insulin levels and what you're eating in regards to the insulin levels, because that's like a huge thing with people with their insulin levels. And peas can be so filling too, especially when you mash them up and put them in other things. It's funny, they're so focused on peas. Yeah, that's definitely, there. I'm being presented with you walking through like a farmer's market. Maybe you have a farmer's market near you, and walking through the farmer's market, and really take note of talking to the farmers that might be there. And maybe you don't recognize something, a type of plant. And this comes back to variety, of you needing to eat more variety. So get to know the farmer and ask about, what is this? And you're like looking at it, like, how do I cook it? And actually ask them how to cook it. Maybe you're seeing, I don't know, I'm seeing roots for you. Like, you might want to have some sweet potatoes or yams, the purple yams, the orange yams. I've seen roots, and it's the texture is the same, the root is the same texture, right, as the pea. So there's something about that, the texture, and whatever those have to offer you, that kind of texture has something to offer your body. So just be aware of that. I love going to the farmers markets, like, and you don't know something, and do ask. It's really important that you ask the farmer, like, how to prepare something, so you understand how to prepare it in a way that you'll like a new vegetable that you find. And maybe you've never had a parsnip, maybe you've never had mashed parsnips, something like that. But work with work with the farmer and this market. you're by yourself walking through it and you're enjoying yourself like it's a beautiful day, and you're just like, take your time, right? I'll come back to the beginning of the message of take your time, sit on, like, walk and take your time and look at the colors, look at the people too. There's something about when you're walking through like a farmer's market or a group setting is to look at the people that are around you and just take that in, take in the energy of people enjoying themselves and this beautiful food that is here for us to partake of. It's just going to feel really good. It'll feel uplifting. You do like to do this. You know, if you don't, you will. Being just by yourself, walking through, and just taking your time. You know, you're not in a rush, and remember that you're not in a rush to do anything. And this again, it comes back to the sitting on the front stoop, front deck, and just being and enjoying the quiet and knowing that really there's nothing that bad that's happening. And just to remind yourself, you know, like it's all good, life is good, and life is good. So, I'll just say this kind of before I leave you is that like someone wants you to know that everyone's good. So if you have concerns about if you don't hear from people, people that you love, everything is good. People are just on their journeys in your life, and so don't just know that people are on journeys. So I do see young people just living their life, just living their life. I don't know if you have someone that's travels, that likes to travel. They're young and they like to travel, but I do see some travel coming up for someone around you. Um, and that's part of who they will become is this, like, well, at least one of these people have really a huge, a huge, I'm stuttering, channeling, get my words, curiosity. They're full of curiosity, and travel will be really good for them and to meet people. And um, this is something for them. You know, people that get the travel bug, it's such an individual thing. It's so personal, but know that that's their journey. And but everything is good. You know, people in your life are doing what they need to be doing, and so are you. I don't feel like there's anything horrendously bad. This message just seems to be confirmation to just kind of slow down and really enjoy yourself, and just take note more, a little bit more, and to get rid of whatever that stress is. Just know everything is okay. You don't need the stress. So I think that's it for now. I think, yeah. So I'm going to leave you with love and blessings, Patricia, with that, and these two gentlemen. And they're not going anywhere. They're just really like to hang. I do feel summer is a big, um, um, it's a big season, and I can't. It's for them. It's a big season, definitely. But maybe something for you too. Maybe something's going to come down in the summer, which is just literally like right around the corner, right? But just know that you might something might come your way in the summertime that will be very nice for you. Maybe a vacation, or I don't know. I do feel something involves water, um, a lake or a pond or something like that with you. So I'm going to leave you now with love and blessings for them. And thank you, Patricia, for letting me read for you. Always an honor. And yeah, thank you. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay, wait. I saw someone else pop on. Oh, you're from Belgium. Well, welcome. I didn't know. That's so cool. I get to read the comments on like Facebook here. So I see there's two people. Who else is here? Didn't I see? Oh, here we are. Pure. Oh, Catherine, right? Catherine. Oh, I forgot to write names down. There's only two of you on today. Catherine. I'm gonna write your name down. Pure. And would you like a message, Catherine? I can't remember. I don't remember messages, but feel like I gave you a message last time. So, anyways, doesn't matter. Life could change in an instant, right? I'm well, thank you. I'm well. Yeah. Spirit's been busy in my life, moving things around, shifting things around for in a good way. Things that need to be shifted, and I've been applying the laws of manifestation, and man, everything is working really well. So nothing to complain about. Okay, beautiful. I see you want a message. Okay. Just want to thank my guides for being here. And I want to thank Patricia's guides for stepping in. And now we're going to draw in Catherine's guides. Let's see what we have for Catherine. Pure free spirit. It's a really good name for you. Okay. So I'm getting some visuals. We're starting off with visuals and not a person right now. And I'm being shown. Okay, now they're coming. So I'm seeing some women in robes. Actually, I'll call them caftans. It sounds a little better than robes. But you especially, are being presented in your feet in a stream. It's such a beautiful feeling to put your feet in a stream. It's as if I want to wash away anything that really isn't serving my highest and best good. Let that water take anything, all the energies I'm hearing, any kind of negative energies that might be around you, and just kind of washing them away. What I'm seeing for you, Catherine, is your feet in the water. It's clear, and then it turns into more muddy, not super muddy, just a little bit. And the symbolism I'm getting for that is minerals. Your guides would like you to watch your mineral intake. Like you might want to. You need some minerals. Let's put it that way. Let's start with that. The reason they're showing it with your feet like that and the mud kind of coming over your feet, and this is just not, it's not mud, it's just kind of light brown water rushing over your feet, is because we minerals come from the earth. Minerals come from the earth. Their vitamins come from the sun to the plants. The minerals are coming from the earth up through the root systems of plants. So it would bode well for you to eat plants that are actually in the soil. And I know all plants grow in the soil, but like root vegetables, things are actually growing in the soil. You can go above ground too, where the onions are growing, or any kind of onions, scallions, onions, all those yummies, yum, 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 yum. My favorite's red onion. But that, even those count, and it's okay to get some soil. It's okay for you to eat some soil. If there's bits of soil still on your food, that's okay. They just want you to know that you don't have to wash things especially if you're in a garden that you don't have to wash things 100%. So maybe you'll get the bacteria, vitamin B12 bacteria. It's not a vitamin, it's a bacteria from the soil. But yeah, so know that you are they are giving you, spirit is bringing minerals up through your feet. So earthing, I don't know if you're into earthing, but earthing would be really good for just take your shoes off. Just take your shoes off and go for a walk. Let your feet get dirty. Okay. So there's a native gentleman with you and also a younger female native. And I want to say native to here, to the States. Sorry, I'm in California, not to California, but to the States. It's a native indigenous person. The male is a teacher. He's a teacher for the girl. She's young. She's so he works with you and she's there to learn. She looks to be about 13, 14. Doesn't really matter her age, but that's for us to just understand that he works with her. So he's with you. They're both with you, but he's with you, and then he teaches her by helping you. So there's we've got kind of like the circle going on, and learning helping both of you. He helps both of you because she needs to know the knowledge so she can, when she's old enough or feels strong enough to help others, she can go off and help them. So it's not like she's going to stay with you. They're kind of just using you as an example to help people here on the physical plane. It's an honor. It's an honor that he's doing this. He does have a lot of knowledge. I don't. He passed. I don't want to say he's really old as far as when he passed. I do feel it was more like not. It's like I almost want to say 30s or 20s. It's not like he was way back when. He lived because he's wearing he's wearing pants. He's wearing the pants. So that's not what their garb was. So we had already colonized here, the United States. So that's what he grew up with, but he has the knowledge that has been passed down. Just give me a minute. They're doing the movie thing. Sometimes they show me little movie snippets of people, not just symbolism, and because they're taking you back to the stream with these women, and there's some importance to this of like almost like cleansing yourself, cleansing of yourself, and there's also a sense of community, of belong. What is it called? The tribe. It reminds me. I mean, we say that, but this is like the tribe of spiritual women. So this is there's kind of a lot going on in the scene, even though nothing really is. The only thing happening is you're standing in the stream, but there's all these energies around what's happening with you standing in the stream. the tribal part of it, of you being part of something bigger, something more. This has to do, by the way, with your spirituality that I'm talking about. I don't think I said that, but it has to do with your spirituality and like gaining more knowledge with your spirituality, understanding the, well, how do I say this? When we, it's this, it's a sense of calm. There's a sense of calm that comes across when we understand the vastness of energy and how we are part of like everything. Um, they're very focused on being part of nature and being part of Mother Earth, and not necessarily the bigger spectrum of the universe and what's out in the universe. They're very focused on Mother Earth. It's just starting there, putting your feet. That makes sense too. Dipping your feet in the water, right? So somehow you're going to be dipping your feet. There it is, dipping your feet in the water of this, learning a little bit, uh, opening yourself up to more. You're going to be shown more in a spiritual way, like opening up more spiritually. And the reason it's hard for me to talk about this is because sometimes when we go through our experiences with energy, um, it's such a personal feeling that sometimes it's hard to put it into words. But what they're doing is having you connect up, and they're going to take you on a different kind of spiritual journey. Part of me wants to say, well, we think we know it. We think we're spiritual. We think we know a lot, which we do, a lot of us, but we never know it all. Even if you're in spirit, you never know it all. So just stay open to the possibilities and stay open-minded too. And remember to, when this starts going down, to keep it simple, that things are not complicated. Don't look for things where they aren't there. Everything is going to be found inside of you. So don't go looking outside of you for answers or get caught up in the humanness that we put things into. How do I, like, we humans tend to um, make how do I say this? Make things, we need tangible things sometimes to be spiritual. Like people that do tarot, they have the cards, or they have things. Humans tend to like to have things. And this isn't the journey that they want for you. They want you to understand you don't need anything. Like what I'm doing now, there's nothing in my hands. You start to learn to rise just by being who you are and understanding your energy and the energies around you. So you're going to be they're dipping your feet in the stream of spiritual stream, and know that it's going to take you higher. I'm not going to say farther, but it's going to take you higher into this new kind of reality that maybe you haven't had before. Something new for you. There is a girl that steps in. She's young. She's a second young, another young one. She passed when she was young. I want to say, and she has some weight to her too. She wasn't very old when she transitioned to spirit. She was probably, it's always hard to guess, but I'm going to guess between 8 and 10. Um, being shown her legs were heavy, like of water retention or inflammation, something along those lines. So it could have just been a symptom of the reason she transitioned. She's also barefoot. Barefoot seems to be the way to go in this reading. I'm going to take my shoes off. but she's with you. You know, the very first thing I got with her was Fantasia. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Fantasia, but just um, there's something about Fantasia and her. Maybe she just liked it, but the very first thing I saw with her is her like dancing, and it just reminded me of Fantasia, like the dancing hippo scenes. It just is hilarious, and she she's just presenting that to me. It's more for confirmation of who she is. I don't even know if you knew her. Maybe if it was a friend's daughter that passed, or maybe, I don't know, you may not even know, you know, because I do hear like it could be someone from high school. Again, I don't know. I only see names. But I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't finish that sentence. I don't see how old you are. I only see names. Patricia. Oh, no, Catherine. She's showing her, she comes and sits with you. You must, it looks like there's a bench outside, or maybe your backyard if you have a backyard, or I don't know what this is, but she's definitely comes and sits with you when you're outside, especially when you're outside. And she has conversations with you too. She has conversations, you're conversing with her. And if you don't realize it, that you're conversing with her, next time you're outside, sitting somewhere outside just by yourself, and you're talking to yourself, and you think you're talking to your intuition, you actually will be talking to her. She's quite a chatterbox, and I think it's coming across as you're talking to yourself. I think you're talking to yourself, and you're not. You're talking to her. She likes to talk to you. A part of me wants to say that her name begins with an N, like a Nora or something. Now, I don't usually give names because I'm not very good at it. I mean, I get them, but I just want to give you what I get because it's the best I can do is give you what I get is Nora or something like that. So be aware for yourself because she's coming over, like when you're sitting on this bench outside and she's taking your legs and she's rubbing your legs, like your calves and whatnot. So just get your calves moving. Make sure that you're not sitting a lot and you need to activate your calves and get the blood pumping in your calves. I think one reason she's presenting the inflammation is for you. Now she, you know, she's kind of transferring that over. Like, just really make sure your legs keep moving and your blood keeps flowing, especially in your lower extremities and especially in your calves. Because she sits down at your feet and she takes your legs and she's like just chattering away and she's rubbing your legs. She's taking your legs and she's rubbing them one at a time. You know, literally just kind of like getting the blood going on your calves like that while she's chatting with you. And I see you just talking like to yourself and not seeing her down below you on the ground doing this for you. So just know again, when was this last time that there is someone that does talk to you. And that your guides, your band are just guides that are with us from beginning to end here on the physical plane. They're here. Know that something is coming. What do you call it? veer off on your path, so a different path for you. You're going to veer off. That's coming up. That's not necessarily right now, but you're going to be presented with a path. So you might want to take that path. It's beautiful. It's a more narrow path than what you've been on, and there's a beautiful canopy of trees, and it's green, and it's a very peaceful path. Whatever they're going to present, your guides will be presenting to you somewhat soon in this very near future. And it says something good is what I'm trying to say. There's something good coming your way. So take the path. If something's presented to you, take it, and it seems interesting to you, do it. Go ahead and do it. There's someone's saying like, you have the time, this is just something that would be really good for you. Catherine. Feels good. Your energy feels good. And the women are saying, and it's all women, by the way, they're saying, I don't know why I'm laughing, but they're saying now it's time, like they're taking your robe off and you're naked, and they're laying you in the stream, and it's feet first. So the stream would be hitting your feet first and then flowing over you. So your hair would be, as you're laying down, your hair would be flowing, you know, above your head. And again, there's something about cleansing, detoxing. Really make sure that you're um, staying with a clear kind of energy. Kind of like if someone just said like your name, pure free spirit. Understand to if you want that to detox. And this also means kind of with food and chemicals. Like I think you're ingesting some kind of chemicals too, and just be very aware of what you're doing, because this whole body cleansing of laying in the stream, it's going to wash a lot away for you. But they can't do it all. They can just tell us what we need in order to feel better and to guide us on our journeys. um, yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I think it's a start. It's kind of what I'm hearing. It's a start for her. So, tend to yourself and understand that you are going to be, you're on this journey already of spiritual journey, but it's going to be a lot higher. You're going to be raised upward than where you are now. And I don't know if you know this little girl or not. She's so familiar, but it could be that she's familiar with you and you not so much with her. So I might just feel the familiarity if she's been around you for a while, um, but you just may not know that. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to step back from you now, Catherine. Thank you for letting me read for you, and love and blessings to you. And it's always an honor. Thank you. Oh, hello. We got so many people. Hello, everyone. My name is Tracy Thatcher. You're on my channel. Trying to YouTube. I'm normally on Facebook doing lives, but I knew when I came over here I wouldn't have a lot of people, which is what I like. I'm not one of those that needs thousands of people. It's just more intimate. Sometimes it's nicer. I'm a spiritualist. It's my practice in religion. At the beginning of this, the very start of this, I read our 9 principles of modern classic spiritualism and what I live by. So I give what I get. These are longer reads. They do sometimes go on for hours. Today, I'm not going to do sometimes they go on for like 5 hours, but I'm not going to do the 5 hour reads today, just a few today. And I'll just keep trying to come back on. And I do give notice on my Facebook page of when I'm coming on here on YouTube. So if you want to follow, and I am doing subscribers only here. So in order for you to comment in the box for me to see your comment, I have to know, I have to connect up that way. You have to be a subscriber. It kind of gets rid of the trolls too. And I do guest mediumship spots and lectures just internationally. I will be speaking at the Spiritualist Church of Two Worlds in San Leandro this coming Sunday, a couple days from now. And then at the Golden Gate Church in San Francisco, Golden Gate Spiritualist Church, I'll be a guest medium there in person the last Wednesday of May at 7 p.m. It's a beautiful old church. If you're in the Bay Area, come join us. And then I will be in the UK, Sussex, online. This will be an online event, and the date is to be determined. So that will be coming up too. So if anyone is interested in that, I will post all of these on my Facebook page. I try to do that. Sometimes I forget to mark it myself, but know that that's where you can find me. I do private reads, listencloselysspiritreadings.com, where you can book me for a Zoom read, or if you're in the Bay Area, I'm willing to meet up. And I'm in San Francisco in California. So I do an hour reads for the private reads online, and 45 minutes of channeling and 15 minutes of your questions and talking. So that's how that works. Okay, I think that's, I will never come to you. Like, everyone should know that by now, behind the scenes. So, okay, let's see who's here. Linny. Hello, Linny. It's nice to meet you. Welcome aboard. I don't think you've been here before. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm getting used to YouTube. I did like 5 videos, and then I like deleted some of them last year, and I wasn't into it, and I don't know why. It's just a different vibe. I don't look at the comments normally when I'm doing Facebook Lives. I just give what I get. I don't necessarily want confirmations while I'm giving my reads. Maybe afterwards is fine. But the less I know about you and what you're going through, the clearer the read. I want to make sure these reads are clear and precise if they can be. And if they're not, they're not. But usually they're pretty close to what someone needs to hear from spirit. And so I just channel that. I know a lot of people are, especially in the UK, ask a lot of confirmation. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to ask you anything. I'm just going to give you what I get. So that's how I work. And I was raised in this. I've been doing this. I've been in spiritualism for like over 50 years, like 55 years. And my parents were ministers and mediums. They have their own church. So I was raised on this. This is what I know. I am familiar with some other religions because my friends have all been with different religions, and everyone is always welcome here. Very open. It's a very open religion. Okay. Anyways, so if I just pick, how it works is I pick whoever's commenting, because that's the only way I know that you're here and not just watching. And that's it. You don't even really have to put anything in the comment box, but something, but you don't have to tell me your life story. I'll just give you what I get. You're a silent watcher. Well, hello, silent watchers. And the watchers, that's right. I forgot to say that. If you don't want to read, it is so fine. Not everyone wants to read. Sometimes I don't like reads too, because, well, they're always talking to me. But just take from other people, take from their messages, because we're all so similar. We go through so many similar things, and usually the messages are just kind of uplifting or hard. They come down on us and need us to move our butts a bit and give us a little kick in the bottom to get us moving, so we can make our lives better. But usually watchers can take too from other people's reads, so that's usually how that goes. Oh, you're a silent watcher. Oh, you do want to read. I love watching the reads. I would like a read if you have time. Yes. And I think who else was on here? Was someone else on here? I want to just make sure I get everyone because there's only a couple of you today. I think it was Catherine and Patricia I did. Is that everyone? I'm scrolling. This is why I don't like YouTube because I can't look at you guys. Hello. I always have to look to the side. I always wonder why people look to the side on YouTube. Now I'm understanding why they do that. Okay, let's do Lenny. Hi, Lenny. It's nice to meet you. I'm Tracy. It's nice to meet you. Let's see what we have for you. Lenny. Let me write your name down because I don't remember anything, by the way. It's another thing. I don't remember reads. I barely remember my name during these. I'm kidding. But I don't remember a lot, so just know that. I'm just going to give you what I get, Lenny. Let's thank my guides for being here. Especially my main guide is a physician. I really want to thank him, my main contact. And we're going to see if we can bring Lenny's guides in a little closer, little loved ones. Okay. The first thing, so I'll just keep, sometimes I have to piece things together, but the first thing I'm getting for you is a puppy or a dog. And maybe it's just a small dog. So I don't know if you had a small dog, but there's a dog in spirit, and this dog is coming in for you. First thing is you get a little dog, and he's just so happy. He's like so happy. He's, you know, when dogs get super excited and they're just completely wiggly, and he's not very big. He's a really small dog, and he's just he comes in and he's so small, like if you would even crouch down and do it like a squat to say hello to him, like this little dog or she or he, I think it's a he, couldn't even like jump up onto your knee. I mean, he's so little, and it's really cute. How excited he is to see you. So just know that you have, I mean, it's always wonderful when animals come in. I mean, like that's some of the best energy, right? Our animals, because they're so unconditional and loving. So first off, bam, first thing for you, a little beautiful little loving dog. Lenny. You do have some watchers. You have some people around you. I do feel there's a male energy. He's this trim man, was not really old when he transitioned to spirit. And then you have a female. There's a few people with you. What they're saying, Lenny, is that Lenny has been through a lot, and that you have, I'm trying to get words because it's public. It's different when I do private reads. I just say what's on my mind. You have been through a lot, and it's almost as if there's some sadness. There's some sadness with you, with the energy of things that you've gone through, and so I want to recognize that with you, and they're recognizing that. Obviously, they're telling me this for you, that you've had Lenny. What I'm hearing is Lenny's had some sadness, so I want to give that to you. And I want you to recognize that these people in spirit see you and hear you and are with you. So you're not alone. And I just want to say that. I do feel they're not showing me what it is. It's not my business. But something went down in your life, and it just was hard. And feels almost, it just feels like maybe you went through some heartbreak. Lenny. It feels as if I'm hearing repair. You've been repairing yourself for whatever has gone down. You've been repairing. So meaning you've been healing. So you're on a healing journey. You've been healing, and um, they're there with you. They're there to help protect you. They are on the journey with you, but they can't do the healing for you, but they're with you. These I want to say three people. I can't see the third one isn't forefront, so I can't see who the third one is. I just see the male, and who is tall and trim and has like brown hair, I believe. And then the second one is a woman, and she's next to you too, and close, but I don't pick up who she is. So I'm going to stick with what I can see and what they're showing me, because he is more forefront. I wouldn't be surprised if the dog was one of their dogs when they were here on the physical plane. I'm hearing it's a nice little family. That's what I'm hearing. It's a nice little family. And if you don't recognize the two women, um, hold on. Oh yeah, okay, that's it. Sorry. Wow, sometimes I just okay. I just they'll drop a thought and I'm like, oh no. They if you don't recognize the two women, then they are like attracted to helping you heal, because I do feel both of them. And I think the reason the one in that's back behind the other two, that woman, I think that they're still on their healing journeys, even though they're in spirit, but they can connect up with you and they understand. They just understand some thoughts that you have and some things that you've gone through. Um, so it's more like a, a, a family, but a community, and you may not, so not family related by blood, but they feel like family because they are so attracted to you. Now, these are the women, so I don't know about the man. I'm just hearing about the women and how they've come to be in your life. The male, he's more like he has his hands on your shoulders from behind, and like he's does laying on of hands with you. He's laying on of hands with healing for you, and helps you that way. So no, if you ever feel like all of a sudden you're just flushed and you just feel really warm, it's probably him doing a healing on you. So don't be concerned that he's working with you. Benny. Okay, Lenny. So now someone else just stepped in, and this looks like a grandmother, but I do want to step back. So it's probably a great grand. But she's like, all I'm hearing is my little Lenny, my little Lenny. So it's someone that's always been around you and like used to play with you when you were like a little, just like when you could just sit up, when you were just a little baby and you're like 8 months old and you're just sitting up, and this woman, this grandmother, has been with you this whole time. She's the image, this is funny, the image that she's showing me is the what's the movie? It's the dog that's the nanny in one of the Walt Disney movies. She's showing me that dog. This is the second dog that's come through, but this is a cartoon dog. I want to say Mary Poppins, but I don't think that's right. Or Peter Pan. Oh, it's Peter Pan, I think. The dog is the nanny, and so she's presenting herself like this dog as being the nanny, like she's always been with you since you were a little tiny girl. Like, so my little Lenny. You know what I just love about this reading, Lenny, for you is just it feels it. There's so much love with all these people, whether they are an attraction or like your grandmother and this other male. There's this really nice vibe of family and and it feels good. And I'm saying it that way because sometimes family comes through, and right, and family isn't always the best for us. But these people have formed to be your family, so it's a really comforting kind of feeling. And I don't know if that's something that you need, is this beautiful comforting feeling from people around you that just surround you in this beautiful, like, it's like a beautiful kind of golden light. It's like a healing light for you. Mm. Okay, okay, thank you. So, what I'm hearing through all this healing that's going on around you, um, it's a process. It's a process. So I don't too, but don't want you to rush your healing process. Your healing process is your process. You can't step ahead of it. You can't outrun anything. You're just going to be soaking in your healing process. So know that. So if you're ever feeling like you want to rush it and get out of whatever's going on in your life, that's not going to really happen. You're being immersed in this healing energy, and it's just to be soaked up. So don't worry about rushing anything. You're exactly where you need to be. We all are. We're all exactly where we need to be. We're going through exactly what we need to go through. The trick is to learn, in hopefully a quick way and not have to keep repeating things, but learn from what we're going through. So take the healing and, immerse yourself in all these people that are surrounding you, including the animals. It is interesting that, to me, that they brought in the nanny, a nanny dog to come help you, this grandmother to come help you. The, and Because nannies tend to us, right? Nannies keep us safe. Nannies make sure we're healthy, and that would be in body, mind, and spirit in this case. So you always want to do what your nanny says. Um, you have a beautiful energy. I do. It does have a faint. Um, you're quiet. You have a quiet kind of energy to me. It feels really good to me. And if you don't see yourself this way, know that you are this way inside. That you do have this very beautiful, just a quiet kind of energy, and it's who you are. It's like it's your core of where you, I want to say, trust. You trust you, and if you don't, you should, and you will get to a point if you don't. But I do feel you are trusting deep down of who you are and what you're going through. And one reason I'm hearing the word, you digest things that come your way. So you digest situations that are coming your way, and um, that's just how you work. So don't try and rush it. I don't know why I keep saying that, but don't. It might be that other people want you to do things quicker than you're comfortable doing, and that you really physically and mentally, I don't think you can. I think you need to reflect a lot on things in your life, and that's kind of what keeps you kind of even Steven, like just balanced in a sense. Lenny. And I don't know, it's someone just keeps saying my little Lenny. It's the grandmother, my little Lenny. Oh, I see. I got this. Okay. So you must be empathic. You must be empathic. That's where I'm getting all this from. The empathic part of you is being protected, is making sure that you heal. That's what this is the empathic part of you needs to heal and be quiet. And that's what everyone's working with you, is this working on that energy of your empathic energy. So as empaths, if you don't know, and most empathic children are not raised, their parents don't know they're empathic, or they don't recognize it, where empathic people, as they're growing up, need to be taught how to have walls and filters for the world and for people around them. And I really believe this is really comes into play with you, Lenny, of um, put like you're cocooning, cocoon yourself and heal yourself and put those walls up. It's okay to do that, to put walls up. People are like, don't put walls up. That's not true. You want to put some walls up. You want to filter what comes into your energy, and really be aware of that, and that this self-awareness of who you are and what you cannot be around. And don't worry about other people's judgment on that either, by the way. I do feel a little sense of, you might know that people, you're not doing maybe what other people want you to do, like faster or different or something, because it's not really how you work in this world. You need to think things through or something, and kind of digest things. um, and people might want you to rush this or not understand or get upset with you. It just depends on the person. Maybe the person doesn't is just that way, and that's on them. It has nothing to do with you. What I'm talking about has to do with you. Everyone has their own issues, and if they're putting it on you, just know, just to remain where you are, and what you're doing is good. Um, your guides are taking you really slow through something, and that's kind of like the main thing on this read, is I just want you to know that your guides are taking their time with you and working with you in a slower kind of way, because that's going to help you learn in a deeper kind of way, by going slower, so you can really, really digest what is happening and what they're talking to you about. Another dog just came in. That's so interesting. This is a medium-sized dog. Fascinating. More white. I almost want to say uh, it could be a Aussie Shepherd, but I don't know. Anyways, white with some patches of brown and black. Medium size. Lenny. Yeah, I think, Lynn, I think they've given you a good amount, a good chunk to work with. I think they've given you a good chunk to work with on this one. And just take that and think on it and kind of reflect on what they've said through this read. I won't remember this read, so I need you to reflect. I'll leave it up. I'll be leaving my videos up. Um, yeah, don't listen to other people necessarily. Don't let other people make you feel bad about who you are and how you operate in this world on this physical plane. You have you have the energies of the empath, which could be raw if you don't know how to work with certain situations. Empathic energies can be a raw kind of feeling. Okay, it's beautiful. Beautiful energy. I love your energy. I'm glad you came on. It always feels good, it feels good. So, anyways, I'm going to step back from you now, Lenny, and thank you so much. I'm honored that you let me step in and read for you. I will leave these with love and blessings. I will leave everyone with you, and love and blessings to you. Thank you. So I also want to say to everyone that I always am honored when people let me step in, and I'm really humbled that people let me do readings on social media. Before social media, it's always private. I do my private reads on you can always book me on my website. But it's different when I'm doing public, right? Because everyone can hear, everyone can hear what's going on in people's lives. The flip side to that is that we all can relate to what other people are going through. And that's really important because I'm doing long live reads. I know everyone else on YouTube does really, really short reads, or they're doing the tarot and all of that kind of thing. But I like the long reads. It's what I was told to do about 2.5, almost 3 years ago by Spirit. And sometimes I go up to 5 hours doing these long reads. So I'm not doing that today. This is a short read today. But I'm trying to step on and see how YouTube feels to me. I'm usually on Facebook on Listen Closely Spirit Readings over there doing lives. But I'm working this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do YouTube. And I don't look at comments. I will not be asking you questions during my channeling. I don't need to know answers per se. Once in a while, I might ask someone something, but I try really hard not to ask the questions. I was raised as a medium to give what I get, and I focus on that. So that's what I do. I just give what I get from Spirit straight out to you. And I've been doing this a really long time, for decades. And again, I was raised as a spiritualist. It's my religion. And at the very beginning of this, I read the 9 principles of spiritualism, and so you know who I am. So you know who your reader is. I want you to know who I am, and that I was raised in this. My parents were ministers, spiritualist ministers, have their own church. And you can always find me here in the Bay Area in California every Sunday at the Spiritualist Church of Two Worlds. And I'm a guest medium just internationally. I try to post that on my Facebook page. And what's coming up? I'm speaking Sunday. That's right. I'm speaking Sunday. And then, at the end of the month, the last Wednesday, I'll be at the Spiritualist Church, the Golden Gate Spiritualist Church in San Francisco. I'll be there in person doing mediumship. It's always amazing. It's an amazing, beautiful old building. And then I'll be booking, to be determined, a date with Spiritual Awakening, which is in Sussex, England, and that will be online. Zoom. So anyways, this has been fun, and I just want to thank everyone. Let me see. So hour and a half, not very long today, but that's okay. There's only a couple of you on, and that's good. I just wanted to do a few, so it worked out perfectly. And I just want to thank all of you for being on and let me read for you. I'm just reading your thing now, Lenny. Good. I'm so glad these all make sense. Wow, you are definitely going through a lot. Wow. So no wonder you have the healings and protection all around you. So use that, draw that in with everything that you're going through. Use your protectors and your healers that are around you. That's going to be, it's going to be okay. You definitely have a huge amount of healing around you. Really, what I didn't say is I see you soaking in a pool of gold. It's as if there's liquid gold in a swimming pool, and you're just laying back and you're just floating in that. It's just interesting because one of them, I think it was, who was it? I think it was Catherine that I read for, she was floating backwards in the river and her read. So there must be a lot of cleansing needed from the three of you today, and the detox and cleansing, and do not put man's chemicals in or on your bodies if you can help it, and detox from all of that. If you're having any kind of physical ailments going on, I highly recommend that you step away from chemicals and man's medicine. And I just say that because I'm a medical medium as well, and I've also been, just so you know, gone through a lot of autoimmune diseases and have cured my symptoms by doing certain things. So I am all about raw food, and that's just what cured me from all my diseases and my symptoms. And not that I'm saying that for people to do that, but just know that it doesn't help to put chemicals on your body when your immune system is freaking out, right? It's common sense, and that's just something that part of my religion is the laws of nature, like what you put out comes back to you. If you're going to be slathering a whole bunch of shit all over your body's going to be responding that way too. And we don't want that. We want to detox from absolutely everything. So I'm going to step off, and again, thank you everyone for joining me today, my small but mighty group. I will be back on soon. Every time I can, I will pop on here, and again, I let people know on Facebook usually that I'm going to be here. So it's been wonderful. It's been beautiful, and I'm going to end this by saying the prayer for spiritual healing once again, because this is how I always start my reads and end my reads as well. I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body, and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. I put my trust in the love and power of God, whatever that means to you, by the way. So I want to thank everyone once again for joining me today, and I'm getting more used to YouTube. Yay! So until next time, take care of yourselves and be good to yourselves, and have a fabulous weekend. If I don't pop on before then, I might come on tomorrow. I'm not quite sure yet. If I do, I will let you know. All right, everyone, take care, and love and blessings to you all. Bye-bye.